Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I know I say that more often than not. I'm always like, oh, today's video is going to be completely different when it's maybe a little, but not really. But today's video I'm just going to be taking inspiration from a different YouTuber. Her name is Maria Leonard and she is a beauty YouTuber, and of course I watch her because I love that kind of stuff. But she always has like some really unique videos on her channel. She always like has some really great ideas, and I am constantly watching her channel because she really does have some really great recommendations and tips in general. And recently she did a video where she talked about single eyeshadows, but this was a little bit different. She wasn't talking about like single eyeshadows as single eyeshadows. She was actually putting them into different quads, and I thought that was very interesting because you don't really usually see that. People usually just do like either like, oh yeah, here are my favorite 30 single eyeshadows, or like here are the single eyeshadows I really do like, or something like that. They don't usually put them into like cohesive quads. And she thought, and I think as well, that it would have been a really nice video to film to just give like different variations of different quads and different color combinations. The way that she did it is that she had like different color themes, and she based her video off of that. She had a she had a khaki theme, like a peachy pink theme, and then like some neutrals, some cool tones, things like that, some taupes, I think, some mustards. That was a very interesting quad as well. I kind of really like those colors, but I decided to put my own spin on it. I just like do different themes, not necessarily different color combinations, just different themes where I'm going to be showing you like my favorite quad to get if you are just starting out with makeup, some colorful quads, some like themed quads, like just different sort of like quads, you know, like, you'll see in this video, you'll see. So this first quad I'm going to show you is of course the basic quad. I find that it's very important to have some shades to fall back on when you are just wanting to go for like a very everyday friendly smoky eye, or a very neutral eye, or something like that. And whether you are a beginner or you're more advanced, it's always nice to have like those shades to fall back on. I just chose to include these four in this video. First we have Let Me Explain from ColourPop. Then after that we have Beaches and Cream right next to it. This is a matte shade. Then we also have Cosmopolitan from Makeup Geek, and then we have Cocoa Bear from Makeup Geek as well, excuse me. But those are the four shades that I have in this quad, and this in my opinion is a perfect all-around basic quad when you want to do like a really neutral look. Each shade in here will really look good on a variety of skin tones. The only shade I'm thinking that might not look good on every single skin tone is this one right here, Let Me Explain. I feel like on a very deep, rich skin tone, this might look a little bit frosty, but then again, you can exchange it for like a more a darker shade that's more suited to your skin tone. But I find that these shades in particular are going to suit a variety of skin tones. This one is an amazing shade, Cosmopolitan. Such a beautiful color. It's very pink toned, and if you put these colors together, you have colors that will really carry you throughout the day, throughout the week. You can basically have these colors and you don't really need anything else. You have like a deeper color that you can really use to define your eye. You have again the Cosmopolitan one, which I think is a beautiful color to use all over the lid. You have Beaches and Cream, which is great as a base, or you can even use this underneath your eye if you want to set your concealer. Then you have Let Me Explain, which is a beautiful frosty highlighter shade. This will be great in the brow bone, in the inner corner. I actually used this as a highlight today because I find that this is one of those few eyeshadow shades that really performs well as a highlight because it's not chunky, it's very smooth, and it's creamy, it's pigmented. All of these are great. So if you're looking for a very basic quad, this one is probably one to get, or something very similar to this. This will really carry you through, and this is just perfect for you if you're a beginner, or if you just don't want to just fuss around with makeup, if you just want to have like the basics. This is really good. So now we have a more colorful quad. This is the one we have right here. This has Stay Golden cutoffs, 1, 4, 3, and then Piece of Cake, all from ColourPop. ColourPop in general is one of my favorite brands when it comes to eyeshadows. A majority, or not a majority actually, a good amount of my shades are actually from ColourPop because they have some really pigmented colors. I'm a big fan of their shade range, and they pretty much have every color you really need except for a black, but I feel like they might come out with that soon. But anyway, these are some really colorful shades. Before I showed you a very basic palette of really beginner friendly shades, this is for if you really want to like explore with your colors, if you really want to pick like a quad, or if you really want to go out and buy some things that are some really bright shades. You can even create like a look based solely on these colors if you're really like bold and you're really wanting to go for that. You can definitely combine this with any of the basic eyeshadow palettes or any of the basic colors that you have already to create some really groundbreaking looks, because you have a really nice selection of really colorful colors. So they're very pigmented, they're very good, they're very blendable, and I love these colors so much, especially cutoffs. This is such a beautiful peachy shade to use in the crease if you're really into that like really peachy look when it comes to your eyeshadow. And of course I also love Piece of Cake. This is such a brilliant blue. But in general, if you're interested in really bright colorful shades, especially for summer, this is kind of like the way to go if you're looking for really bright colors. So this next quad is very much different from the last two quads, of course. This is more of a green themed quad, and I wanted to include some beautiful green colors in here, but I also wanted to include a shade that you could really use for a transition color, and that is it right here. This is a beautiful cool tone shade. You don't even need to get these other shades. This one itself is from ColourPop, and this one is called Take the Lead, and it's a beautiful transition color for any kind of cool tone look you want to do. It's kind of like a gray, it's kind of a brown, it's not really either, but it's such a beautiful color. So that's Take the Lead. I have Secret Garden there, I have Team Captain, and then lastly there is Enchanted Forest, and these are all beautiful shades. You have your mattes, and then you have a really beautiful color you can use as sort of like a pop of color, or like a really something really unique in the center of the lid. And I think that these would look amazing together. You can create like a more matte basic look with these, or you can just go in with this color and you'll be fine. I especially love this color from Makeup Geek. This is a very like unique color because it has like this beautiful reflect to it, because it's kind of purpley, it's kind of blue, it's kind of green. It's like a mixture of all those different shades, and I think it's very beautiful, very unique. It looks amazing on the lids, and in general these are some really beautiful shades. So next I have this quad right here, and I wanted to include something that was going to be very warm toned, that was great for those of you who really want warm toned smoky eyes, who really like the kind of life I really do myself, and whenever I look at this, like I just love it. So I have Paper Tiger from ColourPop, Crisscross also from ColourPop, and then I have Henna from Anastasia, and I also have Mango Tango from Makeup Geek. Mango Tango is very similar to ColourPop's cutouts, except that it has a little bit of a gold reflect to it, which I think is very beautiful. But you can also wear it in the crease and it'll be just fine, and you can easily pull it off because the gold reflects aren't that obvious, but they're still there, and they still will give you like this beautiful depth to your eye, which I really do love. Henna is such a beautiful color. I love it. Henna is definitely one of the more expensive colors I will be featuring in this video, since I did want to include some more affordable options for you in terms of the colors, but I just couldn't help but include it in this quad because it's just so darn beautiful. And I think that it's $12 like as a single, but I think you can find a similar color in Makeup Geek's foiled eyeshadows collection for $10 if you're interested in that. But this is mine and I really do love it. Again, you can either use these colors all together, or you can just mix and match them with other colors that you already have in your makeup collection. But I just really like this combination together because you could really use this in the crease, you can use this to deepen it, you can even use this all over the lid. There's just so many different possibilities with this quad. You can either go very basic, or you can go for like a really rich warm smoky eye. So you get a lot of options with this, and I really do love it. And I also wanted to mention this yellow color. It might look very intimidating because you're like, why would I put straight up yellow in my crease? But when you put it in the crease, it really creates like this beautiful warmth, and you don't really see the yellow not unless you like put it in with like a very heavy hand, but you don't really see it. Even if you put it in by itself, you don't really see it. You just have like this slight warmth that it adds to the eye look, which I really find is amazing. Just go get a yellow shadow, a yellow powder, and just try it in your crease, and you'll be surprised at how good it looks. You can either make it look very editorial by just layering it, or you can just do a light wash of it and it can really just transform your makeup look. So next I have this quad right here. I was really inspired to create some like shade combinations that were very rich and bronzy and golden, because I really like those kinds of looks myself. Whenever I look on Instagram and I see like these very like purpley, reddy, burgundy kind of themed colors with like this pop of bronze in the middle, I think that's really beautiful. So here we have everything you need to create like that type of look. You have Orion from this brand called Luxie. Luxie Beauty is one of my favorite eyeshadow brands. They're very much underrated in my opinion. Underrated because not a lot of people know about them, but they have some really amazing eyeshadows, and Orion is definitely one of my favorites because it's very pigmented, it goes on beautifully, and it's just such a beautiful, bright, almost foiled looking shade. Then you have Frappe from Makeup Geek. This one is a more basic matte color. This is definitely one that will look amazing. I find that with Frappe, you can wear it with cool tone shades and with warm tone shades, and it will really just adapt itself to whatever look you want. I usually try to use it in my transition, and it really works really well for that. That's just what I use it all the time for. And when you use it in your transition, again, you can use cool tones or warm tones and it will work just fine. It's one of those unique colors. Like when I look at it, I think that it has like a rosy, like a warm undertone, but there's also something like this taupey coolness to it as well, and I feel like it's just one of those perfect colors to get if you want to do warm and cool looks, both of them, because it's just going to go together with everything. And then you also have this color, which is also from Luxie Beauty. This one is called Burnt, and it's just such a beautiful shimmery cool tone brown, really pigmented, really beautiful. Love it. And then finally, last but not least, you have Bitten from Makeup Geek, and definitely a classic. Everyone loves this shade. I do myself. I use it all the time, and I feel like it just ties like this entire quad together, because you can really create like this beautiful wine reddy inspired eyeshadow look with this color, because I love it so much and I think it's amazing. I wanted to create a quad that was very gray, that was very like gunmetal, but I also wanted to add like some blue to it, and then I also wanted to add a shade that would really balance everything out, because like those are two pretty intense colors. I wanted to add a color that would add some definition, so that is why I have this quad right here, and this is probably one of the more metallic themed quads. I only have one matte color, is the definer shade, but yeah, I'm just going to go through all of these colors. This one is a Ringer from ColourPop. It's your perfect frosty pink tone champagne color for a highlight. Then I also have Cloud 9 from ColourPop as well. This is your perfect cool tone brown color. It's very good as a definer shade, also really good for smoking out the lower lash line if you want to do that. Then I have Prussian Blue from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is one of my favorite blue colors of life. It's just so beautiful. I love it so much. And then I have Goody Two Shoes from ColourPop. Again, love this color. It's just like your perfect gunmetal gray color. It's beautiful. So yes, this is like this quad that I have right here. I actually haven't done a look with these colors. I just put these together because I really thought that they would look amazing, because like these are some colors you wouldn't really think go together, but in my opinion, once I swatched them, I thought that they went beautifully, because you can kind of like use these colors together to create like this beautiful like sort of marriage of like this gray and blue. And I love how this has like a little bit of a dusty, like a little bit more of like a dark undertone rather than like a bright blue, such as, you know, Piece of Cake, which is really bright. Piece of Cake would probably go together with Goody Two Shoes, but I find that I wouldn't really like that as much as I like it with Prussian Blue, because like those two colors, they're metallic, they're beautiful, and they have like the same undertone, so they would look great together. So they would look great together. And then I also have a Ringer, because you always need like a little bit of a light highlight to just get yourself through the day, if you know what I'm saying. And then I also have Cloud 9, which would look amazing, because you definitely need something to balance all these out. You could do a very shimmery smoky eye, that would be beautiful, but I feel like I would need something to really just balance the tones out, just add a little bit of definition, and having like a very shimmery color like everywhere does not really do that. You need something that will be very matte, and Cloud9 is just perfect for that because it will help ground any kind of makeup look and make it look very put together and a little bit more organized, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that was like my sort of quad combination of different quads that you could use to create beautiful makeup looks. I understand that this is like a little bit more of like a, I don't know, not as put together as it usually is. My camera just ran out of battery, so I have to film this on my phone now, but good thing I have just finished this video and now it's time for the outro. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hopefully got some like new ideas on what kind of quads to get. Like I said at the beginning of this video, it can get a little bit overwhelming when you're working with single eyeshadows because with the palette it's already done for you. You already have shades that go together, hopefully, and that will work together, but with singles you're kind of like left on your own, and it's fun to like get them together, but it's kind of like daunting, at least for me personally. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, hopefully got something new from it. Be sure to check out my channel below if you want to see more of my content, and I will be uploading a lot more because it is summer, so you definitely will be seeing me again in a few days. So thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.